By no one's fault but my own, I did lose my OLT footage, but I'll be playing some footage in the background, probably from the superior boss fight of Monica Rappaccini. But thank you and enjoy the video. This game has been going on for a long time, and we finally get our in-game content, but I feel like the Monica Rappaccini boss fight is the better OLT ultimately, and I can explain why. So, the Tachyon Rift gimmick, where we have to collect the time bubbles to get through the mission, and the highly increased enemy difficulty, well, not highly, but it's an increased enemy difficulty, and the puzzles and the warbot fight, all of that can make for a very stressful cocktail, especially when you're playing with a team of people who aren't coordinated or who don't use mics or don't exactly respond when you give suggestions over mic, or they're not listening. It can be very stressful. So when it comes to the boss fight itself, the Omega level threat Super Adaptoid, unless you can just melt him, I think you'll have a good time figuring out how the boss goes. And I want to kind of, I guess, paraphrase a YouTuber by the name of Kyle, where it's difficult and it's crazy, yeah, but you can figure it out within a couple sessions or a couple tries. He didn't say it like that. He just said basically he could have figured it out in a couple tries, but he was acknowledging that it is crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on screen. There's AoE everywhere, because AoE makes everything difficult. You can ask Final Fantasy 14 that for sure. And definitely when my team did it, my partner, I play Iron Man, he plays Cap. We ran through it. We lost a couple times, and then when we started really checking what the Super Adaptoid was doing, I assumed it was going in phases. Like, okay, we're gonna burn him down to phase 1. He's gonna split. We're gonna focus down this one, that one, that one. Then in phase 2 or whatever. So it turns out that's not the case at all. There's no phase check. He can just be melted. Players like Sadat the Gamer were able to beat him in less than 20 seconds, and some people have even gotten lower than that. But I can tell you right now that a lot of casual players who may have gotten up to power level 150, who have jumped into this content, they may not clear this at all. It's like that difficult. And so it kind of begs the question on if this is the best the game has to offer. Is it even worth getting geared any further for? Because the way I'm seeing it, I think everyone's build is going to be good for the rest of this game's life cycle. Like, what are you going to throw at us? Ultron? Okay, you're going to have to give him 10 times more health than the raid boss. Because, essentially, a Thor and a Hulk could probably just erase him, or 2 Thors, let alone 1. I don't think it's really fine-tuned, and I don't know what they can do to fix that or rectify that other than just giving everyone insane amounts of health. But other than that, I think on my end it was an enjoyable experience as far as learning the mechanics, but where it's absolutely unacceptable is that the day that the OLT launches, everyone's getting their first runs in, they don't get any gear, and they don't get the rewards they were advertised to get, and I think that is completely unacceptable. They did later patch in, that you can get your rewards now, but that's completely unacceptable. And this has happened in my run. The run that we did with my friend, I got 2 exotics. He got nothing. Like, he got an ISO 8. And that deflation made me not want to play, pretty much for the rest of the day. We had time. We could have jumped back in and did something else. Maybe try the multiplayer Mega Hive, which was unavailable to us at the time. And I feel like, I'm quoting a lot of YouTubers here and dropping a lot of names, and I'm not trying to do that on purpose, but I did go back and look at other people's responses. And Godslave, he made a very good, and I can't understate how good this statement is. That excuse after excuse after excuse, and it's pretty much there's no excuses anymore. The grace period is over with, as he said. So, there's always been, an asterisk next to everything this game has been releasing. And I feel like more people need to hold them accountable. And by them, I mean the developers or whoever is above them making the decisions or rushing these things out. Because honestly, I would probably be willing to wait longer if it meant that things got fixed. But that's not going to happen. Other than that, it was good content. I feel like it needs phases. I feel like it needs a lot of more work, more time in the oven. And I kind of fear for what War for Wakanda is going to bring as far as OLTs, and if that's going to be too easy. Unless everyone's just trying out the new Black Panther, whatever Black Panther can do, because we still haven't seen anything for him yet. And I'll just end on this note. What do you guys think can be done to fix the game as far as the mechanics go? Do you think the characters are too strong? The builds are too good? Do you think enemies need to have way more health? Or do you think that characters need to be nerfed? Because all the runs I've seen where the Adaptoid gets melted, it's always been either Thor or Hulk just carrying the team. Just carrying the workload. And I know in my run, my rockets were just eating up those cloned super adaptoids. My unit beam too. So, I mean, not as fast as these guys, obviously, because we were getting our team wiped. But what do you guys think? Just kick it back to me in the comments and let me know. And thank you for listening. Have a blessed rest of the day. Thank you.